How is it going, guys? I feel like you deserved more than one video for the 2 months without any, so today I am bringing you a double header. Actually, the reason for it is because both of today's battles are rather short, so they didn't really fit for a separate upload. But let's get straight to the point, shall we? The first battle is a few months old now and is against ChrizManiac, the same guy that destroyed me with an assault vest Chriz. This time, things turned out rather differently, and you might be thinking, well, duh, you have a High Dragon and a Blastoise against his NU team, but both of them got only 1 kill this battle, and let me bring up my own quote. Tears don't illustrate the potential of certain Pokemon, but how often are they used by players? A point that Chris has proven a couple of times by beating my higher tiered pokes. Let's see then how it went down. The thing that I noticed about his team is that the only answer he has for a belly drum Slurparf is a Haunter, and only as long as I'm not behind a substitute. That is why I lit off with it right away, but seeing a few red on his leading spot, my pure instinct tells me that I'm about to get tricked a choice item, and that's the last thing I want. That is why I switched to Shackle, as he indeed ends up tricking me a choice band to set up my sticky web. You've seen that team already, you know the drill. He misses a Super Fang as I do that, so then I switch to Blastoise on another one to deal with this thing with an Aura Sphere and at the same time make it easier for him to revenge kill it. So as I take him out, I am left with just 25% of HP left, meaning that his Haunter can easily finish me off, but I decided to leave Blastoise as a death fodder and switch to Flounder Scarlet to find out how well she takes a hit. Despite that Slash Bomb does only around 30% to Flounder, he probably hasn't realized that I'm specially defensive, so he switches to Catleon to take a Shadow Ball. With 6th gen Blessing in form of Flare Blitz, Flareon no longer has to rely on his weaker special attack though, and he learns about that the hard way, as it does way over half and burns him on the way, which, since he isn't a Protean variant, at first doesn't seem that important. However, I realized that because of the burn, he probably won't be able to break Slurparf substitute, so it's my best chance to attempt a belly drum sweep. I bring it in as he sets up his Stealth Rocks, and then set up a substitute as he reveals that the best move he can hit me with is a Foul Play, which isn't that bad for him, because although it is nowhere enough to break my sub right away, it is easily enough to break it after my attack stats skyrockets to over 1000. But, as you might have noticed on the team preview, the only priority user on Chris' team is a Zangoose, and from half health, Quick Attack is not enough to take me out, so from there, Slurparf goes on a rampage. The final surprise is his own Slurparf taking a +6 frustration with ease, which is linked to the fact that at the time, my Slurparf was living a rather happy life which I was unaware of, but unfortunately for him, his red card works out in my favor, allowing me to get a clean switch to High Dragon, which ends the game with a Specs Flash Cannon. Good game, Chris. It seems like a Slurparf sweep was inevitable, but there is one thing boggling me. Let's go back in time. Right here. Why did a physically defensive Leafeon get straight out KO'd from full health? I was surprised by that during the battle, because from pure experience I was pretty sure it could take one play rough, and the calc seems to be backing it up. There was only 6% chance of it being a one-hit KO. But after the battle, Chris told me that this Leafeon had pretty bad defensive IVs, and that little detail is what made the entire difference on the battle outcome. But needless to say, a single game doesn't say anything about my opponent. He is a very good battler, so I highly recommend you guys checking out his channel. He has some great content of his own. Let's move on to the next one. The second battle I am bringing you is also quite one-sided, but for a different reason. I am using a brand new team, although as you can see, it's a mix of tiers unlike my opponent's pure UU team. The idea was plain and simple: set up as many entry hazards as possible with Mawile and Klefki, weaken the opposing team with Milotic and Mega Mawile, which is a physically defensive stealth rocker but can turn into a powerful attacker with a single click of a button, and then, accordingly to the team I'm facing, bring either a Quiver Dance Volcarona, Choice Bandit Pangoro, or Swords and Silk Scarf Diggersby to finish the job. That strategy can only get interrupted by the best walls, but although Craig's team has a specially defensive wall covered by floor gas, there is nothing on it that can spawn a powerful physical hit. You can probably see where this is going. Let's get into it. I lead off with a Mega meanwhile to set up my Stealth Rocks as Craig, with his Pimp Pangoro head, puts a Hunchcrow on the leading spot. I couldn't ask for a better matchup. Knowing that he has no business staying in with lowered attack, he switches to Frostlass as I set them up, but because I use Frostlass myself on one of my Black 2 and White 2 UU teams, I know that it doesn't have the greatest special attack. Therefore, on the following turn I stay in, take a Shadow Ball and answer with an Iron Head for a very good amount of damage for no attack investment. Because I don't have a Sucker Punch on this moveset, I switch to Milotic to spawn another one, and then double switch to Klefki, predicting either a Chinchino or Ampharos to come in. He however decides to sack this thing and get up a layer of spikes instead, something that I didn't see coming, so then I go straight for a foul play, but he gets to set up another layer before going down. Learning that I don't have a draining case, he brings his Noivern, and although thanks to my Prankster ability I set up a light screen before taking a Flamethrower, it still nearly kills me from full health, telling me that he is running specs. But then, instead of just finishing me off with another one, he switches to Floor Gas, probably predicting my switch to Milotic, which gives me a free turn, so I also get up both layers of spikes before he finally finishes me off with a Moonblast. Then I figured that there is no need to wait, I can proceed to deal some real damage right here, right now. So I go back to meanwhile, hit that shiny Mega button and follow it up with an Iron Head button. Result? Some cool magic tricks. Just look, Florges is here. And now it's not. Chinchino is here? Look, it disappeared. Hunchcrow is here, Diggersby comes in, quick attack, Hunchcrow isn't here. Just watch. Noivern is here, goes for an air miss, abracadabra, quick attack to the face. Where is it? Ampharos, have you seen your buddies anywhere? Hello? Hello? Weird, everybody disappeared all of the sudden. And that's the second game. That is why it is always good to have both physically and specially defensive pokes on the team to prevent that kind of magic from happening. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and comment on your way out, and as always, I see you all next time.